because we have never allowed them to enter into the parliamentary structure and assembly structure.
Well, fact of life is the left is dismantled from the whole nation today.
He wants to no. He wants to enter assembly in collaboration with Mamata Banerjee. He is looking her as a potential ally for coming 2014.
So left is completely disrupted and very, very worried, it seems.
No, so we've gone bang on, Mr.
No, I'm not worried.
No, Mr. Goel.
I'm not worried, my dear. We
Mr.
got 42% votes. The left got 42% vote in the past assembly election. From BJP to Congress to Trinamool to Maoist, all right and extreme rabid Muslim fundamentalists and Hindu fundamentalists joined together and got 48% votes as compared to the 42% of the left. That is the scenario. One should understand.
You see,
why
before Mr. Atul Kumar Anjan, I don't know. You see, Mamata Banerjee will be risking it because there is, the Muslim population is 25.2% of West Bengal's population.
Yes.
So if Mamata Banerjee gets into a deal with Narendra Modi, it might not suit her politically, but you never know. She has worked with the BJP in the past. I'm opening up the debate.
Yes.
Ashok Malik, Hartosh Singh Bal and Abid Rasul Khan. My question to you is this.
And the progressive Muslims must understand that how she is trying to play. She has been the part of NDA. She had been the part of the communal rabbit NDA. And even then the Muslims have voted and now they have to reassess whether if she goes with the BJP, with the NDA, what will be the fate
That is precisely, Mr. Atul Anjan, you're repeating what I'm saying.
Arnab, the problem with the left is they are dividing society. They cannot see society as a whole. They cannot see India as one nation. They cannot see that all people progress under Mr. Modi in his state of Gujarat. And he offers an inclusive agenda which will resolve the problems of the nation and all sections of society, not one religion or the other.
He has strangulated the constitution. He is responsible for inhuman acts. And I am not saying, you just want to remind you, my dear, in 2002, then Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee, when a lot of criticism world over about the Gujarat riots were there, the Prime Minister was forced before going to the United Nations and said, Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji, गुजरात के दंगों ने मेरी मुंह पर कालिक पोत दिया है, मैं दुनिया में कैसे मुंह दिखाऊंगा? मोदी की तरफ इशारा करते हुए कहा, आपने राष्ट्र
I don't think you remember it right. I don't think Mr. Vajpayee said that, point one. And point two, about any riot, nobody can be pleased about any riot. Neither is Mr. Modi pleased about what happened. Neither I believe the Congress should be pleased about what happened in 1984. And I hope the left is not pleased about what you did to the state of West Bengal for the last 30 years that you ruled there. And there was
between the right and the left.
People would die.
One second, gentlemen. Between the right and the left is a central fact, and that fact, Hartosh, is the BJP cannot contain Narendra Modi anymore. He is on a roll. He's got the Narendra Modi juggernaut now going on. The BJP, Rajnath Singh, all the BJP leaders cannot contain him anymore. Has he become a force unto himself? And will it become increasing?
Who wants that? Except you and the opposition, the media and the opposition.
Really?
Nobody wants to control a progressive, development-oriented Chief Minister.
Why don't you declare him your prime ministerial candidate, Mr. Piyush Goyal? You are the national treasurer of the BJP.
Why don't you ask the same question of the Congress? Let them declare their prime ministerial candidate, and I'm sure my leaders will be happy to declare ours.
No, I could put the question to Hartosh. I'm coming to Abid Rasul Khan.
Please ask the Congress. Why are you not able to reach out to the Congress?
Hartosh, today...
Why can't you even get a congressman to come to your panel discussion?
We have a congressman on our panel discussion. Hartosh, please. Yes, Hartosh. Hartosh, the Modi juggernaut, tough to contain.
Yeah, no. Arnab, if I may speak now. Clearly Modi is a force unto himself, and if you have to understand today's development, you have to understand it in this context. There is no real possibility of Mamata and Modi going together for the elections, but till the elections, it suits both to send such mixed messages. Mamata is playing her game vis-a-vis the Congress. trying to portray to them that their worst nightmare of a Mamta shifting towards the BJP is a possibility, it's a negotiating strategy. Modi, on the other hand, is indeed a force unto himself. He is indicating to his party that he is larger than the party. The party may have any view it wants about the allies, but Modi will speak his own language. He is also trying to present this vision of himself as somebody who can reach beyond the party and talk to allies, which is one of the most important criticisms directed at them. So today's whole exchange is a tactical nod between Mamta and Modi, which does not have long-term significance, but it's a game that will go on till the elections.
No, but so Modi's become a... Piyush Goyal, can you hear me once again? The question put to the Congress party...
At all. I couldn't hear anything what this gentleman said.
1 second. The point which Hartosh Singh Bal said is... Piyush Goyal, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now, Piyush Goyal?
Yeah.
It's a very simple point he has made. I'm sure you'll agree with me.
Arnab, but I can't hear the other panelists.
Well, let me say what the other panelist is saying. Right now, I'm speaking. The other panelist, Hartosh Singh Bal, has just said that today Modi has become a force unto himself. He is a juggernaut on his own. He has got a Narendra Modi campaign and he does not quite need a ratification of the BJP Central Leadership or Parliamentary Board to decide where to speak, what to speak on and how to push himself. He's marketing himself in the best available ways possible. I'm sure you'll completely agree with me on that the Narendra Modi juggernaut has become the talk of town this week.
Arnab.
Yeah.
Arnab, I have personally interacted with Mr. Modi on several occasions. I have in fact requested him to go out of Gujarat much more actively. But he is such a disciplined person that unless the party makes a program, unless the party asks him to go somewhere, unless the party decides where and when he will campaign, talk, address the audience.
But he is not waiting for that.
Modi does not break
He is not waiting for that. Did you not?
That is the discipline of the BJP.
No, 1 second. What are you saying? The Congress party is... He's not waiting for that. He does not... He's...
Waiting for what?
Because when party will say... I just want to tell one thing, Arnab. When this Mr. Gadkari takes an ethical position that his name is involved in that scam, when unless and until his name is not cleared, he will not take the party president position.
Right.
But here is a candidate, Amit Shah, who has been, you see, been charged by the Supreme Court, who is facing very serious crime. Then why he has been made the General Secretary? That's the point. Double standards of BJP.
Well, I think,
that has to be explained by the BJP.
I think we have heard enough about the Congress Bureau of Investigation and the role of the Congress Bureau of Investigation.
This is an old story, my dear. Don't give any twist to that.
It is a standard process. Mr. Modi also spoke about it in Kolkata.
Who have been declared by Supreme Court Tadi Par.
The question goes to the Congress party. How will you handle the Narendra Modi juggernaut? How will you...
Supreme Court has not declared anything like that.
Rasul Khan.
You need to educate yourself on the Supreme Court.
Abid Rasul Khan, it would be very worrying for the Congress leadership to see the kind of electrifying effect that Narendra Modi's speech had when he was addressing BJP cadre. Now conceded that the man is addressing his own cadre, but he's having an effect on the BJP cadre. Did you also notice that today, and how does it make you competitively weaker vis-a-vis the BJP?
No, absolutely. Let me reply to you. First of all, it's a story of a man who is desperate for power, without waiting for his party to give him the signal, is going ahead with his own agenda and own brand of popularism. With a baggage, he heads towards Calcutta when he is required in Karnataka by his party to work for his weekend party there, where the MPs are deserting it, where the chief ministers are deserting it. At this stage, he chooses Bengal and he tries to create a sort of atmosphere where he wants to show that he is a leader where the other parties are going to ally with him. And the baggage what he is carrying with him on all these tours is Gujarat model. With the Gujarat model is such a model where human rights have been violated, their police officers are in jail for encounters, their minister has been put in jail, a lady minister, for starting riots, where thousands have lost their lives, and where the CAG has indicted him for a number of misdoing in the land allotment cases, in the power allotment cases, where the Lok Ayukta has been weakened to such an extent that it is no more a Lok Ayukta. So this brand of
Mr. Abid Rasool Khan, Mr. Khan.
No, let me complete.
No, Mr. Khan. I will. No, Mr. Khan.
The public has seen through this Congress propaganda.
Mr. Khan, 1 minute. Mr. Khan, here's a question. Take my question, Mr. Khan.
Well, I can answer each one of your issues.
Take my question. Don't give a prepared speech.
You are unable. Your own party is saying that he has become a larger than life image for yourself. We have no problems. Let him become what he wants to.
Says who? You are assuming that.
Your party, your chief.
You are assuming that. My party is extremely excited.
Your own JDU Shivanand Tiwari, who says that Modi agenda is not acceptable to us. Mr. Goel, you are trying to show that we are propping up Modi, but the fact is Modi is beyond your control, and BJP is going to be left with no allies at all. In future, BJP will have no ally. It will be a single BJP with Modi, which will take a drubbing in the polls. We have no problem. We are very happy with things.
I suggest you worry about your allies who are deserting you by the dozen.
We will worry about ours. We are very happy when you prop up Amit Shah. We are very happy when you prop up Gadkari. We are very happy when you stop him from going to Karnataka, because he knows that he is going to get a drubbing in Karnataka. He is going to finish off in Karnataka. You know that. That is the reason you are not sending him to Karnataka.
Well, you are assuming.
What is your plan? We know what is happening.
You are assuming we are not sending him to Karnataka.
As you put it. Your Modi speech yesterday at the ladies' faxi was a sort of speech for a cottage industry, not for a national faxi meeting. It is a speech where he was talking about cottage industries to the women who have achieved everything in life.
At least he showed women that they have a position of self-respect.
No, you are
and he showed the women of India that we can improve a lot of the women. Unlike your leader, who says I cannot do anything for the people.
I am telling you today in this channel that you are going to tomorrow come back and say no, it was not right. Your own party is going to disintegrate on this issue. Your own party is talking about his bigger than life image, what he is trying to prop up. We have no problems. You can do whatever you want.
Andhra Pradesh. He is acting like this way.
You are most welcome to wishful thinking.
Gentlemen, 1 minute.
Very interesting point is this.
Atul Kumar Anjan.
This Narendra Modi, you must understand, Arnab, one thing. The Ahmed Patel belongs to Gujarat. He is the political advisor to the Congress president. I have not heard neither Ahmed Patel nor Narendra Modi criticizing the Congress politics or the BJP politics. There is a very harmonious relation between Congress political advisor, Congress president, political advisor.
Don't talk over each other, gentlemen. 1 minute, Mr. Khan, let him complete. Can I come in, gentlemen, for a minute, please? Gentlemen, 1 minute. Allow me to come in, please. Atul Kumar Anjan, Abid Rasool Khan, and Piyush Goyal. 1 minute, please. I have tremendous regard for all three of you, Mr. Anjan. Mr. Anjan, most of all, I have tremendous regard for you, and the question is this. Ashok Malik, sorry to come to you late. I find it interesting that Narendra Modi again and again, Ashok Malik, wherever he goes, is principally talking about the leadership issue. Narendra Modi is not talking issues and politics. He is raising the leadership issue. Today he said, Ashok Malik, in Kolkata, I request the media in Bengal to interview 100 congressmen. Just ask them one question. Who is the leader of the country? Not 1 in 100 will name Dr. Manmohan Singh as the leader of the country. The party that does not consider its prime minister as the leader, how can the prime minister lead the country? What is the message he is sending out when he keeps talking about this issue in such detail? Ashok Malik.
Arnab, the fact that the UPA government has underperformed and not lived up to the very robust mandate it won in 2009 is no secret. It's clear from the economic indices and general sort of lack of governance.
Sure.
Now, the fact that this dual system of a party president who's also the UPA chief and the prime minister who's not the political leader